What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning C++. My name is QD Azani and you guys watching my channel Koraywood. Alright, so in this video we're gonna show you guys how to create the template class. Alright, so we come here and we're gonna create our class. Creating class is exactly the same like creating functions, generic functions, but with the exception that you guys need to put a template, and then you guys need to put a class, our type name, and you guys gonna put t, x, y, z, whatever, and then you guys gonna put a class, and then you go to put your variables, and the rest is all the same. So we start with the template, and we put our less than and greater than. All right, so now we put a class t, and we're gonna come down and we put a name of just like a normal one. So you're gonna put a class. So I'll name my class for example federation. So I put a federation. All right, so now my class federation, I'm gonna put it here. And okay, so I have a template now, and I have a class here, and I put a type which is a placeholder, and now my class name is a federation. Now you guys need to put a t, and you guys need to put some sort of name, which I'm gonna put a x, and I'm gonna come here and put a public members here. So I'll put a public, and keep in mind sometimes you guys need to put constructor, but by default C++ creates a constructor, so it doesn't matter even if you guys don't put it, C++ gonna create a constructor. So we're gonna come here and we put our constructor, which is the federation. So that's my constructor now, and I'm gonna put a constructor. I'm gonna put an argument here, so I'm gonna put a t. Keep in mind you guys don't need to put a data type, anything. You guys just need to put a t. But when it comes to with the classes, you guys need to put your type here. So which guys with the objects, you guys need to put a type. So we put a t, and you guys can put it, for example, a here. And now you guys need to assign. So I'm going to assign to a to x, so I'm going to put x, and I'm going to assign a. And now I need another function for to display whatever I'm putting here with my object. So I'm going to put a void. I'm going to put a display. So I'm going to put a display. What I'm going to display, so then nature of this, the job of this function is to display my number. So I'm going to put the number is. I'm gonna put the number is, and now I'm gonna put my number, which is x, and that's about it. Very simple function. There's nothing hard about this function. So this, I've got a template here, class, and I put a t, and I put a class federation. That's the name of my function. I have a variable here. Keep in mind I didn't put an int x, int our char, our string, our double, float, whatever. I didn't put anything here. I just put a t, and now I have here constructor, my constructor here, and I have this placeholder. I name it a, and I've got that's my parameter here, and I assign this a to x, which because I have a variable there. And or the second function, it just displays. That's the job of this function, to display. That's about it. You guys don't need to put an int, anything, any int or double, anything, because the job of this function is to just display. So that's it. Okay, so you guys need to come here and inside the main, and you guys need to put your constructor, and now you guys need to put a type here. So instead of t, you guys can't put a t here, and you guys need to put an int. For example, you guys need to put an int, say int object 1, or you guys need to, for example, I'm gonna put a fed 1 is my object. Okay, so if my fed 1 is my object, then what I want to display, say for example I want to display 20. Keep in mind fed 1 is my object, so you guys can create another one if you guys would like. If you guys can copy this one and you guys put it here, you guys can make a fed 2, which is the type. You guys can put a char, for example, char, and you guys need to put some sort of char. Then say you guys gonna put a fed uni, for example. So you have object 1, which is we call it fed1. You guys need to put a similar name, you guys remember, because that's a type int. And now we have another object which is fed2, and now we put a fed unit, that's a char, or you guys can put a string here as well. So we try char. If char is not working, then we're gonna put a string. So we put a fed1 dot, we put a display, and we put a fed2 fed2 dot display, because we're gonna call this function here, the display ones. Very easy. I recap here. We have a template, we put a class t, you guys can put a type name as well, that's a placeholder. And we have a class federation, we name it federation, and we have variables here, we put an x, and we have a constructor here, we have a parameter a, we assign this a to x, and we have a display, another function here. Now we create an object, fed1 and fed2. The first one is int, the second one is char, and here we are going to display this one. That's it. So I'm going to run this one because I want to see the 20 and fed uni. I build the project. Alright, so now we have an error. So the first error is that we didn't put a semicolon. And if you guys look in here, the second error is because we didn't put a semicolon. That's what we're getting, any error. So I'm going to run, and I'm going to show you another mistake here. There is another mistake here which you guys are going to encounter because we put a char, but if we didn't put a pointer here. So you guys need to put a char, otherwise the C++ is going to think that you guys are converting char character with the pointer to char. So the C++ is going to give you guys error. So I'll go to show you here, just keep in mind. So invalid conversion from constant character pointer to char. So that's, if you guys get this error, so we're going to try with if you guys going to put a, say, this one pointer, your error is going to go away. So you guys looking here, your error is going to go away, but you guys going to get some sort of warning here. So but that's fine. If you guys here, if you guys put a string, so we're going to try with the string now. So we're going to run with the string, and if you guys looking here with the string, we don't get any error. Why with character we get error? Because character is initially coming from C, and sometime because very old language, so with the string is pretty much new. If you guys getting any error, if you guys say string, when before the string came in, and C++ had all sort of error with the character, with the char. So the char was very big time wasters for C++. So C++ programmers need to remember the character, the length of the character. Say for example, you guys need to put 100 space, and because the computers were initially with a very low memory, 16-bit, initially started with 8-bit, then a 16-bit, 32-bit. So that's what the programmers had a problem. So if you had, say for example, you're leaving 100 space, and if some XYZ Mr. Joe Blow is going to come in and have a very long name, so for example here, so what would happen if someone's going to come here and your computer going to run out of the memory all the way here? Say your computer had memory till here, and what would the computer is going to do with this one? So the computer would crash. That's what the computers had a problem with this one. Then the C++, and when they come in, and after a while they realized that this one char is a very big problem in C++. So they created something called a string. So this is the class string. You guys are going to see from time to time in C++ that if we put in C string to get rid of all these errors. But if you guys look in here, a lot of programs you guys encounter, and you guys are going to see include, they put a string. But if you guys look in here, I didn't put a string, but I still get away with it. Why I didn't get it? Because that's the new C++ are updated all the systems. So because everyone is using string and words, so that's why you guys don't get an error. But if you guys putting this way, no problem. If you guys say put two string, no problem. But if you guys getting char, make sure you guys gonna put your if you guys putting chart, because that's old style, and you guys need to put this one here. Otherwise you guys gonna get an error. When you get an error, then it's no good. So if that's something I thought I better share with you guys. If you have a problem with char, just put a string. The string is the same similar as character, because the definition of the string is array of characters. So it means that string is also character, but it's array of character. So if you guys get an error, just put a string. That's it. You guys don't even need to put here. The reason I put a C string, because sometimes I work with the C style characters, things like that. So that's what I put it here. I put a few of these so I don't get an error. But if you guys getting error or something, so you guys need to put this pointer here. So that's about it. If you guys look in here, instead of the function in template, we have here a class, same one. But if you put a type name, for example, so type name, I put it instead of class, I put a type name. So we're gonna run to see if we're getting any error. So you're looking here beside this one, we're not getting any error. So because the perfectly fine for C++ to accept the type name, our class. Keep in mind there is only two you guys can use. You guys can use a class or type name. If you have if you use any of these, you got good to go. Otherwise, if you don't put anything, class or type name, then you guys going to get error. So, and don't be confused this template with STL's C++ standard template library. So don't be confused. That's, they share the similar name. Because C++ called also standard template library, and that standard template library is not a part of C++ standard library, but because it's developed by other programmers and everything. So now the difference between the STL and normal C++ is, so C++ got something called, say, array, as I show you guys before, and the STL's got something called vector, and it has a type. So if you guys look in here, the vector, so the vector in array, because array, if you guys, as I said before, you guys need to put, if you guys put a 10 space, if some Joe Blow comes in, Mr. XYZ come in and put 100 space, then your program is going to crash. But with the vector, if the guy come in and put a lot of characters, then your programs won't crash, because vector is expandable. It's going to expand, shrink, goes up and down. So this is very, very important, and this is a part of STL. So that's what the STL is very important. So don't be confused the template in C++ with the standard template library, which is also part of C++. But the STL, you guys don't see the STL is part of standard template inside the library of the STL. So you guys don't see this one in IOStream, our CSTD. So you guys don't see that one. So keep in mind. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave me in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.